it is, what it ain't, what it will be. Welcome back to the Who Next Music Show with your host, Uncle Mikey. We got a special guest for y'all today for the show. We're going to be talking about a lot of good things, a lot of good events coming up, some music. I'm just going to let y'all dive in. I'd like to welcome my guest, Connor.
How's it going, y'all? My name's Connor Gibbons. It's a blessing and an honor to be here. Appreciate you for having me, Uncle Mikey.
Show, man. For sure, dog. What's
Thank you,
happening?
thank you.
Show. So we down here in Dallas. Let me just give y'all the backstory real quick. We down here in Dallas. I met my dog, Connor. We were both at Wonder Bar.
Yes, sir.
We was vibing on some like fashion type stuff. I'm like, yo, kid, wavy. He was like, bro, I do music. Follow me. This was like over a year ago. So I started following him, started listening to his music. Got a wavy sound, dope sound. I would say, me personally, I'm gonna just give you my opinion on your sound. It's like Juice WRLD, Trippie Redd, Lil Uzi Vertish, you know. It's kind of like, I would say rock rap. I would say.
I appreciate that. Yeah,
I
no,
would
thank
say
you.
that. You know, we're gonna dive in of what you actually describe your music, you know.
That's pretty spot on, though.
Pretty spot on for sure, man. So yeah. Oh, in current events too, y'all. We got these chairs for sale, you know what I'm saying? So anybody want these chairs? We doing a special on them. We got 2 for the 50. You know what I'm saying? So y'all come on down, get y'all some chairs. You know, these are the historic moment right now, you know what I mean?
Get you a pice of history. Y'all
Get you a
heard
piece
him.
of history.
2 for 50 right now.
2 for the 5th.
Go get
y'all.
that. Go get that.
All right,
Oh,
y'all.
shit.
Without further ado, y'all, Connor, man. Well, Connor, man, what's up, man? What's been going on, man? How you been doing?
Shit, man. I've been pretty good. Just really, honestly, it's a typical ass answer, but work, and just grinding, man. Just staying on my toes and trying not to let life create mental barriers for myself. So it's been a ride, man. It's been cool. Been good though. How about yourself? How you been?
Man, I've been chilling, man. Same thing, man. Just working, grinding, elevation. Like I said before, man, 12 to 14 hours a day, nonstop. That's it, man. I appreciate you for asking me that too, man.
Yeah, of course, man.
Appreciate that. With that being said, tell me a little bit about your childhood. Like, where did you grow up?
So I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. More like a suburb area, I guess it was Dearborn. That's where I like kind of was mainly at there in Plymouth. And then when I was like younger, I was actually like in Detroit. But you know, not necessarily the best upbringing in aspects of like, you know, financially. There was days where we weren't really necessarily eating that well or things of that nature. Certain days you get to wake up in the morning and your parents' car's gone or tires is missing.
I was in the hood.
I mean, man, you know, it's yeah, you know, I don't like to promote from there per se, but yeah, definitely am from the hood for sure. And yeah, man, I don't know, very interesting upbringing for sure. But you know, I give thanks to both my parents because they did everything, you know, in their power they could to help create and like shape me into like the man and human that I am now. So definitely mad thankful for everything, even when it was rocky and not necessarily the best when we were younger. So I like to think that everything kind of happens for a reason in certain ways, and that I don't know. I just feel like there's growth to be made everywhere, and it's been great to have like, you know, like I said, my parents in my life that have like grown and got themselves out of the situations that we were in when like even they were younger too, you know. So it's been real cool to see their growth as well as my own.
Shout out to mom and dad for sure. That's what's up, man. You got any siblings?
Yeah, I got 3 actually. I got they're all younger too. I got 2 younger sisters and a little brother.
Nice, man. I'm the oldest child too, man. So
Oh yeah.
I know what that's like, bro.
Yep. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's beautiful to see the lifestyle that like my little brother is able to have now, because like he's actually, you know, in a much nicer area. He's actually out in Allen, so it's
In
like
Allen?
yeah. So you know
Oh,
they're
man.
in a nice little area in Allen, and it's just really cool to like be able to see like my younger siblings be able to have a much better life than like what I had when I was younger. So it's definitely a blessing.
Definitely a blessing. I had an older brother. He passed when I was 17.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. Not that
Sure.
you're looking for that, but still, I'm sorry to hear that.
Sure. So I had an older brother. He passed when I was 17. So then I was left to be the oldest. I got 2 younger brothers and I got a little sister. So absolutely, man. It's being the oldest, you know, it carries a lot of weight. You know,
It
you
does.
you set the tone, you lead by example. You You lead by example. You try not to make too many mistakes because they're gonna do whatever you do, man.
Exactly.
So
Always try to watch like how you speak, or
Absolutely.
like, you know, it kind of, people don't really talk about that, but it definitely does build a different type of pressure on you, like, because you really do literally have people looking up to you. Like, not that, you know, I don't in the position that I'm in currently, because like I was actually just telling my boy last night, I was like, man, like it's crazy because like I'll have like, you know, kids DMing me like asking for life advice and shit, and like telling me that like my music has like helping them through like what they're going through as like, you know, these like 12 to 15-year-old kids. And it's crazy to me that like I'm able to captivate them in a way of like being able to help them. So it's
Sure,
definitely
bro.
like you said a second ago, man, you got to watch kind of how you like what you say and what you're doing on like platforms even now. Cause like I was doing this thing not so long ago, man. I'd be talking reckless in the morning. I'd be grand rising kings and queens. Like, let's fuck up the day. Like, you know, like, but then now like I kind of take it back a second and like, I'm like, ooh, I got these kids watching me. I don't really want to like, even though like you could say, you could call like the music culture or whatever now isn't necessarily like the most influential in the best ways, because like there's a lot of, you know, a lot of these kids talking about like, you know, killing people or like robbing people and pouring up a four and, you know, all sorts of crazy shit, and they're young as hell. So, you know, I definitely am trying to like watch the type of content that I put out, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not going to still do what I want, like in the aspect of like in my music. Yeah, well, I'd be maybe talking about like some substance abuse and things of that nature for sure, because, you know, like I've definitely struggled with that. So, you know, I feel like I should talk about that, because like I was just said a second ago, I'm having these kids like, how do you get past this? Or like the most recent one I just had was like, yo, I'm struggling with fucking a Xan addiction. So it's like,
Shit.
how do you
How old
like,
were they?
I actually didn't ask their age, but based on their like little bio profile, it said like whatever, like 26, meaning they're going to graduate in like 2026. So it's like,
Mm.
you know, that's like a
Still a
hot little,
kid,
yeah.
man.
So they're still young, you know, like,
Whew.
and so I just kind of gave them the best advice I could, you know, in the aspects of like, really it's just one day at a time. Like you guys set your mind, you know, your mindset up for it, in the aspect of, if you're not mentally ready to change, you're not going to change. So it's like, I was trying to give them that, not be as blunt in that aspect of like, well, you're never going to change, but like, you know, like I just let them know like, hey, you know, one day at a time. It's not like a overnight process. Like you might have some hiccups, things of that nature, but overall, you know, you just got to find that willpower in your mind to push past that, like that barrier that you maybe created for yourself, and keep moving forward. So
Shout out to you for giving them some some real advice for one, but some good solid advice as well, man.
no, I appreciate that,
So
man. I always try to keep it as 100 and just like as genuine as I can without sounding like an asshole to people, you know, because like some people like to, you take your bluntness as like you're being like an ass or a dick to them. It's like, I'm just,
they
you
can't
know,
handle reality.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You know, I'm just trying to keep it real with you, like, because no one, if you're being upset because I shared that with you, that means no one has obviously kept it like 100% with you on like what you're doing.
All right, man. Let's get into like I spoke about earlier today. How would you describe your music? How would you say what type of sound is your music for those who don't know?
Um, I would say what I like to tell people is I like to say it's very alternative, alternative hip hop rock, like a cross blend, a fusion of multiple different kind of genres put into one. But like how you were saying earlier, is very like rock rapish. Like it's very collide of both of those worlds. Which like that's a lot of my influences though too. Like when I was younger, I played the drums as well. So I was in a band, playing drums. It's actually my guitarist who's still like touring with me right now. His name's Dylan. We were in a band when we were in like high school. So I've been listening to like people from as far as like Bring Me the Horizon to Metallica to Avenged Sevenfold to Slayer to like all sorts of different like in the rock category, because like really Rock Band and Guitar Hero is what like got me into a lot of that style of music, because like
Okay, yeah.
I was able to like play along with it, and like that's actually what taught me how to play the drums was actually Rock Band. Like because there's a like a pro mode where you can like set up cymbals and like actually you have to hit the notes, like, and same with like guitar too. Like there's a game called Rocksmith that like you actually play on there. But aside from like the rock, then I got into like Lil Uzi in like 2016, and that really started pushing me into like the kind of, I guess like nowadays kind of rap, because like honestly I didn't listen to too much of like what you could consider like older rap, like your Pacs, your Biggie, like Eminem, things of that nature, and like which is so ironic too, because a lot of people like to first time they meet me, they'll be like, "Oh, so you listen to a lot of Eminem?" Because I'm like from Detroit, and I'm just like, "Oh, actually no, I don't." But so I never really got into like that type of stuff when I was younger. But yeah, like I said, man, 2016, I started listening to like Uzi, Trippy, X, Juice World, and like that whole like new wave of like, I guess, rap.
And you sound like them too, bro. That's good company to be amongst, bro.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, you got a good sound, man. That's dope, man. Matter of fact, how do you feel about Uzi new album, that Pink?
That Pink tape, oh man, I ain't gonna lie, I love that shit. I'm still spinning that. Like, bruh, I was listening to that shit earlier today, bro.
Oh, my mama,
like,
bro, it's hard, bro.
I like
it's hard.
I like how musically diverse he took it this
Absolutely.
time.
I say the same thing.
He had like that shit for like Baby Metal, which I love Baby Metal. They're like this. I don't even want to mess up on what the actual
genre.
Yeah, like culture of them is, because I don't know if they're Korean, I don't know if they're Japanese, I don't know. So I don't even want to like say that aspect, but like that overseas, like we'll say Asia as what's called as a whole for the sake of being sort of politically correct. But yeah, they had Baby Metal on them. I've been listening to them for a minute too. He had Bring Me the Horizon. Like, he had so many different like array of vibes on there. And then like, man, that track Crush 'Em, crazy. Yes. Spin Again, yes. Crazy.
Yes, man. I said the same thing. I said it's like a heavy, and as you said too, like, I want to be politically correct, but I guess it's like a heavy Asian, I want to say Korean, Japanese, I don't know.
Yeah, it's got a very like anime-ish kind of like vibe to it. Very like, yeah.
And I think right now it's definitely not for the rap fans. Definitely not a rap album at all. That shit's so 2026, dog.
Yeah.
Like, it's so far ahead of its time, and the sound, the production, the clarity of it, man, it's so good, man.
Insane,
it's
actually.
So good.
Uzi, man, if you're checking this, you fucking did the damn thing, bro. And I want to work with you.
Shout out Uzi. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Pink tape, crazy, man.
How long you been making music?
Damn, how old am I now? 6, so probably since I was like 12, 13. So like pushing 13, 14 years now, man. And like, obviously that's been different like excursions of like musicality. So like, actually in middle school, I was playing the saxophone for like the school band. And then then I actually moved here because I was playing saxophone when I was in Michigan. And then I moved to Texas. I didn't realize that like just how big of like sport and band, like school band fanatics they are here. So like when I tried to go and play percussion, which is, drums, they denied me and I wasn't allowed to play, and I was in 7th grade. And so like at first it was a little discouraging, but I just went on my own like way to learn new ways of playing instruments. So yeah, so I've been playing and making music for a long time, but in the aspects of like actually recording like whatever instrument I may be playing or my vocals and things of that nature, that was really more, well, I guess I was recording with the band in 2014, 15. So almost 10 years of like studio recording, almost. I guess next year would be about 10 years. That's crazy. Damn, time flies. That's insane.
It's tough, man. That's what's up, man. Well, you sound good, man. It seemed like you perfected it. It seemed like you perfected your sound, man, because yeah, from your music, it sounds like you've been doing it quite a while.
I appreciate that, man. I still feel like I'm nowhere near where like I can be. So like, I appreciate that for real.
So you sound tough, bro. I'm gonna get into that too. Like, let's talk about like some of your music.
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost, dog, your beats is crazy.
I appreciate that, man.
Your beats is crazy. Like, first off, from that Prime, that's the newest joint. That joint crazy. I think it's one called like Rolling Loud Paradise or Rolling Round Paradise or something like that. I think you featured on that one.
Oh fuck. Oh yeah, with OGX or Jeter. Yeah.
That joint crazy. It's another joint.
Man, I appreciate that. That's crazy. Yeah, man, that's a crazy story in itself too. Because I actually recorded that verse in like during the pandemic in 2020, and then unfortunately, bro had got locked up for something. But then he got out, and then like 2 years later, he dropped the song, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot I even did that. So that's cool that you like brought that up, man. Shout out Jeter, man.
And that, what's his name again? Shout him out again.
Jeter.
Shout out Jeter, y'all. That Hate You joint, like, man, I was just listening to these beats, and I'm like, bro, bro sound is crazy. And you come slide on that beat like that. It's hard,
I appreciate that, man. I
It's
definitely want
hard.
to give a shout out to the producers, and that's Jay Spinna for sure. That's like who I've done like 90% of my catalog with. I've worked with Stanfield. That was the Hate You track you were talking about. I did a project with Stanfield. And now I'm currently working with Dustin Cavazos. I probably butchered his last name, so I'm sorry if I did, bro. But all fire ass producers, engineers, man, and like they're so dope to work with because they're able to like help elevate my ideas that I have in my head and like actually bring them to like real life. So it's like it's a very beautiful like thing to work on and do. So no, I appreciate you like saying the beats are fire because
Sure, bro.
they really are.
And you got bars too. Let me not say just the beats, bro. You real life got bars, bro. And I ain't gonna lie to you.
that.
I do music. Like I love music, bro. Like I get into music heavy, bro. Like you be spinning some shit, bro. You be talking your shit, bro.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
I ain't gonna lie. When I first met you, I was like, man, I don't know if he can rap, man. He probably ain't hitting on nothing.
You're like, what is this white boy talking about?
Man, what are you talking about? And then I gave you a spin. I'm like, hey, yo, Connor really talking about some shit. You know what I mean? So, shout out to you for that, man.
No, I appreciate that for real.
Sure.
Thank you.
What would you say like your dream collaboration? Who would your dream collaboration be?
Definitely with Juice WRLD, but unfortunately, you know, that can't be a thing anymore. But so runner up would be I don't know, man. It's really a tie between top 3, which would be Justin Bieber, Post Malone, and Lil Uzi.
Trio.
Definitely want. Oh, and Drake. So
It's good company.
Yeah.
It's real good company. It's real good company. You're the second person that said Justin Bieber.
Really?
On the show. Yep.
That's live.
Yo, hey, people be sleeping on Justin Bieber, dog. Justin Bieber is a musical genius, bro.
Man, I be trying to say that shit to people, and people think I'm crazy.
Exactly.
I be trying to say he laid a lot of blueprints for people, and
man.
they don't like to hear that.
They hate to hear it.
Yeah,
bro.
they hate to hear it.
But reality, like Bieber, really that dude. You can't hate on him. Like Bieber, really that dude.
He is literally the Don, like the Don Dada. Like Biebs is the GOAT.
Yeah,
absolutely the GOAT.
Hey man, shout out to Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber, look, if you want to come on the Who Next Music show, bro, pull up. We'd love to have you. Next time you're in Dallas, stop by. You know what I'm saying? Holla at us. So I asked you about your dream collab. What would be wait, are you signed to a label right now or
no, I'm actually independent. Yeah, I'm in talks with a few different management companies, as well as like potential labels. Not gonna like name drop any of them, but I am in cahoots with a few at the moment. But I don't know. It really just kind of depends on what they're talking fully, and because I haven't quite got the time to sit down and like actually have the meetings with them. Just with I live a crazy life too, so it's hard sometimes. Even though like sometimes you don't really want to like take too long because you might miss out on an opportunity. But I feel like whatever is supposed to be made for me, it's gonna be there when like time's like correct for it.
Yeah, man, I be seeing your Instagram page, bro. You be turned, bro. You be having the crowds going crazy, bro. I be seeing that, dog.
Hey, man.
I be seeing that your shows be crazy, bro.
I really appreciate that, man. I love performing, bro. Like that's my favorite thing to do is to like get on that stage and like, because to me it's like, a lot of people just make music to make music because they think they're gonna be like rich, famous, or whatever might come from it. But like, really, I'm really trying to change lives out here, and like, and when you go to a concert, I feel like the whole purpose that you even go into a concert, like, is to literally go and escape reality for XYZ amount of time. So like, let's say you're going to we'll just say Justin Bieber again because we're just talking about him, right? Let's say you get some tickets to a Bieber concert, you're going there to go escape all your problems that you dealing with every day on some bullshit, just to go get away for them 2-3 hours and just like have your mind be somewhere else and bring a true experience to the people. And that's the most life-changing shit, if you ask me, to be able to, and it takes a lot of like, I feel like power almost to be able to, not power in a negative way, but a lot of power to be able to like captivate and like actually like take these people's attention spans and actually have them completely focused and to get away from what whatever they may be trying to get away from. Some people might not be getting away from something, who knows, you never know what people are dealing with. But either way, I just love bringing in experience, man, and letting people just like let loose and have a good time. And like, no matter what music you might be into in the aspect of like from like rap to EDM to pop to whatever, like I like to bring an array of all that so that way I can bring a giant like community all into one, to where you have people from all sorts of different like cultures, ethnicities, races, everything, to where everyone can just all come together and like I don't have any bullshit. It's just
It's
all the
true,
vibe
bro.
and love, man. So
It's
that's my
true.
biggest thing. I just love to do that shit. Like I love performing.
It's true, bro. That's why I started Who Next Music Show, is because I love the raw energy that musicians provide for just everyday normal people. And granted, they're everyday normal people as well.
Yeah,
They're regular
facts.
human beings, you know. So I sincerely appreciate the energy and the time and the effort that you guys put into making music to make, I guess, civilians, regular people, non-artists, how y'all make us feel, man. So I sincerely appreciate y'all for that, man.
Man, I appreciate that, and I appreciate y'all listening, man. Like,
Sure.
because
You
honestly,
tap in.
like, without the people, like, really ain't shit. So, like, without the people, like, that's why I give all my thanks to the people, man. Because like, the people are the ones who made me, you could say, I guess, something, like, and I don't know. Go ahead.
Sorry about that. Sorry to cut you off, but it was just on my mind too. As you was talking about the people, I thought about Summer Walker. She just made a post where she was singing one of her songs, like "Threw Away Your Love Letter," where she was singing about like one of her exes. And she sincerely wrote that, obviously from her heart. Those are her thoughts at the moment. She put them to the pen. She wrote them down. She sang about them. Literally poured her heart out. She was singing that to the crowd, and the crowd sang it back to her, with so much passion that she actually started crying herself, because it was just a beautiful exchange of an artist performing her song, but the crowd sang it back to her. The crowd was crying, she was crying, and it was just raw emotion because she wrote that song from her heart, and she translated that message so well that everybody else in the audience felt it.
Felt it.
And when they came to her concert, they sang it back to her. They cried with that woman. You know what I'm saying? At that
Mm-hmm.
moment, she felt vulnerable and hurt and all these emotions she put into that song. And we don't think about how we always think about how artists make us feel. We never think about the way that the fans make the artists feel.
Very true.
And just seeing that post and watch her sincerely cry, I don't know if it was tears of joy, pain, whatever it was, but you can definitely tell those were real tears.
It was probably an array of all those feelings.
For
man.
sure, for
'Cause
sure,
it's
bro.
like, because like, man, I've had a few shows where I've had the crowd singing my lyrics back to me too, and it's like, it's one of those, like, I don't know, it's such a surreal feeling to
Surreal,
where it's
yeah.
like, damn, like, these people really are like listening and like feeling what I'm saying too. So it's, yeah, man, I don't know, I can only imagine how it would feel to have like a stadium of people like singing back your songs to you. Like,
Shit gave me chills.
honestly, I'd probably cry too, because it's like, it's such an overwhelming like feeling of like almost love too, like, I mean, it is love, but it's just like, I don't know, it just, yeah, it's a surreal feeling. That's all I got on that. It's a surreal feeling, man.
I ain't gonna lie, I felt it, G. Like I felt it. Like it was a tear jerky moment for me too. I'm like, it's crazy, man. Like I feel her. I feel that for her. You know what I mean? And it was dope just to have it actually capture. Somebody like videoed it and actually captured the moment. That shit was real wavy, man. So shout out to Summer Walker too. Summer Walker, you want to come on a Who Next Music Show? You more than welcome. You feel me? Love me some Summer
Mandatory
Walker.
pop up.
Yo,
Mandatory.
Mando, you in Dallas? Holla at us, Summer. We'd love to have you.
And man, speaking of how you said someone like filmed that, shout out to the photographer, videographer who filmed
Sure.
that. Because man, without those type of people to be able to capture those moments, we would have never known to happen.
Absolutely, man. How we looking on time? All right. So, let me ask you like one or two more questions, then we're gonna get out of here. What do you have any shows coming up?
Yeah, man,
Talk
I
about
got
your shows you got coming
yeah,
up.
I got a handful of shows coming up actually. I got one actually this Saturday in Fort Worth at Tulips.
Time to start.
It starts at I think doors are at like 7:30 or 8 p.m. I think.
Tulip, Fort Worth.
Yeah, Tulips Fort Worth. Yep.
Sure.
That's Saturday. I'm opening up for Xavier II. I'm not too familiar with bro. Sorry. But I'll get to know you. And then let's see. It's 22nd of this month. I'm Mike Zemer. He's actually the owner of Third String Production. So What Fest. He does a bunch of stuff. It's actually his birthday on the 22nd, and he wanted me to perform at his birthday party show thing. So I'll be there with like Young Pinch, Spaceman Zach, a few other people too, man. So that's a big blessing. And then September 22nd, I got opening up for Big Baby Gucci out here at Club Dada in Dallas. Shout out Big Baby Gucci. That's my fucking brother, man. He's brought me on a nice little leg of a tour with him past like few years. We've been to New York, we've been to LA, we've been to all sorts of places. It's been dope.
Shout out Big Baby Gucci.
Yeah, for real. Shout out
Sure.
Big Baby Gucci. And then October 7th, I got a show at Ruins with my guy named Ronan. He makes very much kind of like more upbeat Lil Peep type of sound, like not as like slow paced. Bro's super cold with it. Yeah, so got that coming up, and then shoot, man, I got a few more lined up. I think later in October for I think LA, maybe New York. I'm not sure yet. I haven't heard back, so not even gonna say I got those, but it's definitely in the bag of working on some. So
they coming, man.
Yeah, man.
We're speaking into existence here.
Yeah, they absolutely coming. We going on a whole nationwide tour. That's what we're gonna speak.
Absolutely.
Nationwide tour. That's what we need.
Well, kind of, man, that's all I have for you today. I appreciate you pulling up, man. Most definitely.
Man, I appreciate you having me, Mikey, for real. Thank you. Thank you, Uncle Mikey. I appreciate you, man.
For sure, man.
Major love, bro. I really appreciate it.
You keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep creating this dope sound, this crazy wave. Keep, changing people's lives. Keep helping people the way you've been helping people. I mean, I appreciate you, man.
Vice versa, man. And vice versa to you, too. Keep doing this. Keep, like, pursuing the dreams and goals that you have for yourself, too, like, obviously, you're a little older than me, so it might sound crazy coming from like a younger kid sometimes, but like, we all still human, so sometimes we let mental barriers get us, but try not to let that happen to you, and just keep pushing through and doing your thing, bro, because this is real cool, man, because you're going to be able to give a lot of people a platform to be able to like speak and share their mind, and for yourself as well too. So it's a real beautiful thing on what you're building and growing here, man. So shout outs to you.
Appreciate that, man. But thank all y'all so much for tuning in. It's been another week. It's a great episode, y'all. Tap in to Connor. Y'all go download his music, stream his music, follow him. Oh, yeah, where can they follow you at, bro?
You can follow me on all platforms at Connor Gibbons 97. Instagram finally gave your boy the blue check, so you'll know it's me. And it's up. How we down if it's up?
Yes, sir. Y'all follow us on Who Next Music Show on Instagram. Check us out on YouTube. And y'all. We out till next week. Y'all enjoy yourself. Oh, wait, one more thing. Absolutely. Shout out Platinum Wig Studios. Without Platinum Wig Studios, none of this stuff would be possible. Shout out to provided us with the amazing Bombalade. Oh man, y'all. It's like a Long Island, you know what I'm saying? But it got a little extras in there.
It hits different for sure.
You see I'm sipping. You see I ain't taking that thing back. I got to sip this. So shout out the host. Shout out the house. It's your boy Uncle Mikey, y'all. Till next week. Y'all be easy, all right?
Hey, like, comment, subscribe, do all that. Get this man up. It's up.
All right, y'all.